Mm-mm. This was interesting. An extra episode with some extra mess.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Season 4, Episode 6. Like I said, this was an extra episode. We got a Sunday episode instead of a Monday episode, but we're going to have an episode again tomorrow as well. So let's get down to it. We started right off with Hazel meeting up with Nikki Baby. And Nikki Baby basically came in and checked Hazel about what she heard about the stuff that went on with the little the video shoot and how messy Hazel was at that video shoot. That was a mess. But Nikki came and basically checked her on it. Let her know, I know Chanel. Chanel's not a messy girl. Chanel's cool. You need to make that right. And Hazel was like, all right, no problem. The thing is, that was so ridiculous, is where she met Hazel at. Hazel had Burgundy Rose out on a shopping spree to buy her some new clothes. I said, girl, if you are not giving sugar bar. Then she had to turn around and sit up there talking about, well, you know, it's not tricking if you just got it like that. She pulls this wad of dollar bills with a 20 on the outside out for these little clothes that she's supposedly going to buy for Rose Burgundy, honey. Or like I said, Burgundy Rose. Mess. And Burgundy Rose is running around there like a Barbie doll getting dressed. I said, this is just a mess. You just making yourself look foolish up here. Both of them. He looks foolish and she looks foolish. Just mess. Anyway, next we see Tiffany and AD. Tiffany is AD's friend, who basically doesn't care for Moniece. And it's very evident that she more than likes AD as a friend, okay? And as they were talking, it kind of slipped that they done messed around before. So I was like, oh, there we go. There's the problem right there. They done had. So, yeah, she ain't really feeling Moniece. She says Moniece is a liar, that Moniece is not really a lesbian, and that's a problem. And I'm like, girl, it's only a problem for you because you actually want her. That's what the problem is. But whatever. And AD is acting like she doesn't understand or doesn't know. You know, playing that game. I'm like, I don't like people who do that, because it's all kind of selfish. So no, I don't really care for that too much. I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a mess. Later on, we actually did see AD. Lord have mercy, AD had a conversation with Fizz, basically about some of the problems that they were having. And she's like, it's even kind of like messed up our sex life. And Fizz was like, just talking with her like she's one of the guys. But then in his confessional, he's like, I don't need to know about their sex. But you were cool with it before that. So just shut up. Mess. And I could tell by their interaction, I said, well, he was never a person that they allowed to come in the bedroom with them. I don't think he could even hang in the bedroom with AD and Moniece. If it all got down to it, honey, if he was in the bedroom with them, AD would probably slide one to him too, honey. Mess. Next, we see that Sarah and that Lychee, honey, they got to going at it. Sarah was cussing him out. Do you hear me? Cussed him out, talked to him real crazy. Then we found out that he basically didn't even sign the birth certificate. And he's saying, I take care of the baby. And she's like, you came out here, you did not give me no money. You know, I was like, oh, I think he done been lying, and I got caught up in his lie. She said what she had to say, baby, and he was staying on the opposite side of the car, so I think he's scared of Sarah, you know. And she gave him a packet with some papers, and I guess that's to get some paternity test or something done or whatever to try to make things right. But as it stands, she said he ain't gave her no money. And she was pissed off. She told him that he wasn't shit. He wasn't gonna be shit. He wasn't from shit, and that she would kick his ass. So I said, "Oh, okay." And he stayed on the other side of the car with his funny looking self. I said, "Okay." Skeletor was not playing with Sarah at all. So mess. And didn't sign the birth certificate. Where have I seen that happen before? Anyway, next we get Cisco and Tiara, and he basically apologized to her. And two of them were supposed to be back on track. But then I said, okay. And later on in the program, we got to see the old tier back, and it was really, really refreshing for me. So just hold on, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But now here goes a scene that was a mess. Here we go with Fizz again. I said, oh, I'm so sick of this little boy. Fizz and Booby and Zell. What a god doggone mix. Honey, the three of them together. And then I said, what is this? So we got Booby and Fizz meeting up. Booby's talking about the whole Brooke Valentine thing and how he thinks he might want to go ahead and hook up with Brooke and all of this kind of carrying on. I said, okay. And I'm like, so what is Zell's part here? Honey, are you telling me this is something new? This is a new one, y'all. Grab this. So Zell is Booby's pocket gay? And Zell's going to be Fizz's pocket gay. He's like, oh, I could be a wingman for y'all. And I just was looking at him and I was like, you really look foolish. You really look foolish right now because you look foolish when you're being a pocket gay to a female. But to be a pocket gay to some males is even more foolish. I don't know whose idea this was, but nobody would have ever been able to talk me into this foolishness. He takes his clothes off, gets down in the water, because they're at like a pool, gets down in the water. He's over there with these girls, and he's bringing the girls over there to them. And I'm kind of laughing because we're talking about Booby and Fizz. And then you look at Zell, and Zell has more of a man's physique than Booby and Fizz. Booby and Fizz look like little kids. Zell do got a man's body. I said, Lord have mercy, this is ridiculous. So you got the sissy pulling men for whatever. Anyway, I refuse. Mona, Mona, you really tried that. But moving on. Masika and Moniz and Mr. Ray. They're over at Mr. Ray's house. Getting them together. Talking about we'll pull everything together again. Get you and Zell to make up. Because we're tired. We don't want to be pulling in between and choosing which gay friend to be with. We're not going to do this. We don't like this. So we're going to pull it together, and it's going to be, everything going to be all right. And in the meantime, in between time, enters Vic. So we meet Vic. Vic is Mr. Ray's boyfriend. And Vic's kind of cute. He wasn't no bad looking guy. Kind of cute, tall, whatever. He came in and kissed her in the mouth. That Miss Ray kissed her in the mouth. And I just kind of looked, I said, well, that looked like a bitch match. But okay, whatever. It is what it is. And they looked real shocked too. They was like, oh, y'all kissed. Oh, my. Okay. I said, all right now. That was a mess. That was different. And I had looked at that Ray, honey, and I said, Ray ain't got no neck. Ray don't have no neck. It's just like head and shoulders. And I was like, child, he is giving me Noni P Funk, honey. No neck at all whatsoever. And I was like, okay, now I'm seeing some of the things that Zell was saying about him, but that's mean, but whatever. So let's just move straight on to it. Zell and Ray, we get together. They sit down. One's on one end of the table, the other's on the other end of the table. You got Nia, Masika, and Monique didn't come. It didn't last very long. Soon as they started talking, next thing you know, of course, Ray was kind of being slick at the mouth real quick, and Zell was like, see, I ain't playing with her. I'm not playing with her. And he busts out this paper, and Ray is like, you know, I got this right here. I need to know why you've been sliding in the DMs of the man who I'm messing around with. Honey, and Zell went on, and Zell was like, well, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, like you're sliding in his DM at like 1 and 2 in the morning. He's like, child, because he probably wants to suck my. I said, oh, Lord, have mercy. Then he goes on, and he says, and I'd probably already screwed. I said, Lord, when he said that, baby, he said, Then he said, and really, what was somebody that's trying to get with me, or I'm trying to get with, want to be with you? And then he says, so how much are you paying them? Baby, that hit a spot with Miss Ray. I said, girl, did he just pull your hoe card, honey? That Ray took and threw a drink on Zell, and he really got Zell this time. Honey, like Zell was getting him last. Honey, he got Zell. Zell was drenched. He was drenched. He threw that liquor on him and threw food on him, honey. He was mad, honey, and told him, I'll bust you. I said, oh, honey, somebody hit a nerve, honey. Somebody's been paying for Ting Ting, honey. Somebody hit a nerve. So that was a whole big mess. Then Zell was like, who is this? Who is this? Let me see because the papers were left behind. He's like, I know exactly who this is. Said, I screwed him outside. I said, oh. I said, oh my gosh. Horrible. Horrible. So that whole thing went down. Then we see Hazel and Chanel. Hazel went to Chanel, and and she apologized, and they made up. I was like, whatever. Mess. Keisha met up with Booby. Booby done told Keisha, I got an apartment, I'm going to be moving out. This, that, thing, and the other. Didn't tell her about Brooke, though. I am waiting patiently to see Booby tell Keisha about Brooke, or for Keisha to find out about Brooke. I think Keisha's going to be pissed because you know she got her. So I'm waiting. I am waiting with bated breath. I think that's going to be the thing that makes Keisha not keep this cool, calm, non-ghetto thing going on she got going. I think that Brooke thing is going to get up underneath Keisha's skin. And guess what? If I was Keisha, it would get under my skin too. But anyway, moving on. So the last thing, we meet a new person. This Joe exclusive, which is another stylist. Honey, head was a mess. A mess. 3 different shades of blonde with another shade of blonde plastic braided into his head. That hair was horrible. And he is Cisco and Tiara go down there to the shop. He's supposed to be styling her. She's coming to get some new clothes and stuff. And here, Amber's there. He's working with Amber. Talking, she's my muse. And she's giving, oh, hey, babe. And Tiara's like, babe. And he's like, hey, you know, and then he had the nerve to hug her and everything. And Tiara's like, what's going on, honey? And they got started from there, baby. They started going back and forth. Cisco and Tiara's going back and forth. Then the next thing you know, Amber and Tiara's go back and forth. And Amber's like, I'm your bitch. What are you saying? And then tells Tiara, that's my attack. Just that thing and the other. And they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then the old Tiara showed up. Tiara handled Amber pretty good. Amber ended up back in the shop crying. But when they were outside, it was the old Tiara showed up to handle Cisco, baby. She was like, oh, so you just thought you was going to play me? I'd spent all this time, wasted all this time with you, and you thought that you were going to play me? She said, yeah, okay. All right. She got that little calm thing going on like Tiara does. Because first she wanted to hit him. And she was like, oh, she's ready to try to climb out the window of the car and stuff. Then she pulled it together. that calm thing came and she was like, that's okay. How about this? We made a good song together. I love it. Let's do that. How about we just be business partners and nothing else. That's all. How about that? How about that? Okay. As to Tier, and we know the old Tier. See, the new Tier is all that screaming and yelling and being drunk and falling down. But the old Tier, when she get real calm, you know she got something up her sleeve, don't you? So right there, the car drove off. I'm gonna end it right there. I got real happy because I know that was the old Tier showed up, and I am so here for it. And I'll be waiting because I believe tomorrow when the episode comes on, we're gonna see what it is that Miss Tier got up her sleeve for Uncle Festa. So, all right, on that, I'm done with this. This was a little extra episode, whatever, Mona, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, later. Bye.